Good morning. I just wanted to kind of talk about my experience yesterday. I made a video yesterday, but my memory was a little shot. So your short-term memory is a little fucked when you do ketamine. So got there in the morning at 8 o'clock. They were there right away. And got me into my room. There's several rooms in this place, and you kind of level up, and I'll explain that later. Got me into my room, sat me down. The doctor came in and he talked to me for about half an hour. Wanted to know a little bit about my history, what I was doing this for, and then I did a little bit of a quiz before I went in, and he went over that with me. I was in the red in a lot of them, including especially PTSD and anxiety. I was in the red. He did explain to me that people who are in this range, their lifespans are shortened tremendously by 5 to 10 years. Not particularly by suicide, but just health reasons and stuff like that. I'm sure the stress isn't great for your heart and your body, but he said we're going to work on that. We'll get those down. After the talk, he explained exactly what was going to go on, exactly what I was going to feel and see, and how the process was going to go. It made me feel very comfortable. I was pretty nervous going in, but the staff there was great. The doctors are amazing. It gave me an IV into my hand, injected what I'm guessing was a local, so you didn't have to deal with feeling the needle or whatever was in your hand. And then they gave me something to make me relax, made me feel drunk like immediately. And then they started injecting the ketamine, which took about 5 to 10 minutes or 5 to 8 minutes to kick in. And once it did, you felt it. Just closed my eyes. I had music going. I had covers over my eyes, kind of like sleep covers, but they were a little bit of foam in there, so they come off your face a little bit, so you can open your eyes with those on and still be dark. Then I'm in like a recliner, a zero gravity chair, and you just kind of kick back and go away for a little while. I started off with just kind of smoke. I just let myself go with it. I wasn't gonna try to force anything, or I was just gonna go where it took me. So I saw a lot of smoke. I did see trees, felt like I was in the forest. I felt like I was in my room at home. And then I felt like I was in space. I was all over the place. Did see stuff, like I said, as vague as smoke, but as detailed as plant cells. I'm pretty sure I saw chlorophyll. So interesting. Now that first dose they gave me is only about half dose. So they just kind of wean you in. He did come in 25 minutes in just to check on you because your heart rate can get affected by ketamine, so they just want to make sure they're monitoring you well. You got a heart rate monitor on. And then he did come in later and asked if I wanted to increase the dose, and I told him no, I wanted to just kind of chill here and kind of get used to it and get a feel for it, so I know what I'm getting into when I get a full one. Although he did tell me the next one's not going to be anything like this one, so I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm not nervous at all for it. I feel pretty good today. They give you a cool little workbook as well. I don't know, that's backwards, but it's integration workbook. I've been reading that. I watched that podcast I posted. It was like 4 hours with that Dr. John Crystal and Tim Ferriss, which was insightful, big time. A lot of stuff I didn't think about or know or want to know. It's really dry if you watch it. It's long as fuck, but it goes into as much detail as you'd ever want into ketamine and depression. Tim Ferriss had his bout with suicidal tendencies, and Dr. Crystal has been in the field forever, and his father was also in psychology and brain medicine, I guess. Anyway, so about an hour on the ketamine, I did hear the monitor beep, the pump for the ketamine. I heard it beep, and shortly after that I came out. You definitely notice a difference. You come out really quick. You're still a little woozy, kind of wonky, and he moved me from that chair to the floor on that freaking chair. I forget what it's called, but holy crap, that thing was amazing. It vibrates with the power of God, and it's vibrating in tune with the music that's in your ears, and it's a crazy experience in a good way. That was bananas. And it was like and then I meditated for about 9 minutes on that. Got back in my chair. He talked to me. They try to do all the talking at the beginning, or more of it, so because afterwards you're not going to remember much. But he did talk to me a little bit afterwards about what I should be doing, what I should be thinking. But yeah, I mean, it was. And also watching that that podcast made me really comfortable with the place I'm at, because it seems they're doing all the best practices and doing all the things that you should do for success. So it's really freaking cool. They not only doing before and after talking, but I have a coach as well who I'm talking to today about 8 o'clock. So that coaching was, we're going to try to split that 3 hours into half-hour sessions after each ketamine infusion. So I'm fully supported in this by the company. It's expensive, but if you can afford it and you're dealing with some shit, and you can't, nothing's worked, give this a try. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and getting a full dose and seeing what kind of work I can get done. I wouldn't say I feel great today, which I'm kind of glad. I wasn't expecting to feel great, and I didn't want to have any expectations going into this of how I'd feel afterwards. I just wanted to go with the process and trust it. The best thing is not to have any expectations. I feel better. I don't have that loop going on in my head that I'm a piece of shit, and I don't have a bunch of shit going around in my head all day. I'm trying to focus on getting better. I got off of Twitter. I'm off of Instagram. I deleted both of those from my phone. I'm going to keep the Facebook for a while so I can kind of keep posting things like this. Hopefully it helps some people, but those other two things aren't good for your brain. Facebook isn't really, but it's a little bit nicer than the other two. Anyway, that's the first experience. I will try to post again soon after the second one, but again, I was a little funky yesterday and a little, couldn't talk very well. Not that I can anyway, but anyway, I'll keep y'all posted. Just one quick little other thing. I forgot when I first got into the office. Anybody who's into spirituality, or anything like that can appreciate some of the things they did when I went in. So one of the first things I did, the nurse gal, who was real sweet, brought me over to a table, and they have like 20 crystals on there, and you grab a crystal, one for keeping your intent into it, and then two, kind of keeping you grounded to reality in case you get a little crazy in there. And then she brought me over to another table, and they have essential oils. I mean, like 30 of them. I don't even know anything about essential oils, so I'm like, what's your favorite? And she said lavender and vanilla. I said perfect, and it smelled great. And they kind of put it on, so you have the IV in this hand, and then a monitor on your finger, and then in this hand they taped a cotton ball with those essential oils on it, so I could smell it whenever I wanted to. I didn't really, not that I didn't dig it, I just didn't care. I was not interested in it. I had the crystal in my hand. That kind of felt comfortable. It was big old, and it had a little, he said, press the top of it, and it's like because that's a pain sensor. I don't know what it does, but it's supposed to kind of keep you back in reality. So I did that, and then before he administered the medicine, he gave me the syringe with the ketamine in it, and then had me put my intentions into the medicine before he administered it. So there is a little bit of ceremony involved in it, which I appreciated a little bit. Friend of mine, Laurel Stevens, love you. She kind of had me do a few ceremonies with her, so I was kind of, I knew about intent already, and some of the ceremony involved. So anyway, I just wanted to add that.